There's something in the air she breathes, calls me in and carries me inside. There's something in the air she breathes, takes me for the sweetest ride. Butterflies are flying by, yeah. Butterflies are flying by, yeah, yeah. Butterflies are flying by across the sky, across the sky.
Greetings, everybody, and welcome to the full moon in Libra, the pink planting egg moon cyber celebration. Yay! I'm Sherry Huggy Ma, and I'm looking forward to sharing sacred space with you all again tonight. This is my 23rd moon ritual for Harbin, and getting close to the end of the full year, so gonna make these last couple go out with a bang. So let me show you my altar that we're using for the night. So this is the full moon in Libra altar. We have a set of scales. We have the goddess Aphrodite, who is the goddess for Venus, the planet ruler of Libra. We have a heart with wings representing balance and flight. And then there's some rose quartz, because rose quartz is the stone for Libra, and some feathers for the element of air, some tarot cards, clouds, and of course the 4 elements objects that you see. So that is our altar for the evening. Alrighty. So my ritual style is a mix of earth-based spirituality, personal growth, and fairy tale-like storytelling. And I like to combine my skills with video editing and music to create a whole montage of going on a journey with everyone. So whether you'd like to physically embody the ritual or just be an observer and watch the show, there's something here for everybody. So next month is going to mark my completion of the full year of doing these Harbin rituals. And hopefully by summertime, I'll be able to host live rituals on Harbin Hot Springs property. Crossing my fingers. And I've said this before and I'll say it again. Many guests of Harbin from its recent incarnation don't know about Harbin's spiritual history. There's been many, many ceremonies and rituals that have happened daily on the property, both in current times as well as when the native people, the Pomo and the Miwok, were still living there. So if you plan on going back to Harbin, please remember that Harbin is not just a hot spring retreat, but a place for all different kinds of spiritual worship, rituals, ceremonies, and more. So even though we're not on the land right now, we're still connected energetically to the spirits of the earth and the water and the magic of being in ceremony together. So relax, enjoy, and thank you all for being here tonight. So since we're now in the zodiac moon sign of Libra, and Libra is ruled by the element of air, as briefly as you can, find 2 matching objects that can represent the element of air to be with you during this journey. It can be 2 feathers, 2 ribbons, 2 sage bundles, 2 sticks of incense, 2 bird wings, 2 fans, 2 books, etc. And if you're unable to locate something like that, then imagine whichever air-like objects you like to have be part of the journey with you. And if you have a little bit of maple syrup nearby, that would be great, because that's going to be incorporated into the end of the journey as well. All right, so while holding and or connecting with your objects in some way, we're going to start by calling in the directions. And there's many directions to honor here, both new and old. To start by closing your eyes and taking deep breaths. And if you can stand up facing the direction of the east where the sun rises. I'd like to call in the spirits of the east, place of springtime, the the rising sun, the element of air, of birds and butterflies, all winged creatures, place of the mind, and starting over again. Welcome, spirits of the East. Please be with us tonight. Blessed be. And turning 90 degrees so you're facing south, I'd like to call in the spirits of the South, element of fire, of the noonday sun, of the dragon and the phoenix, place of passion and play and fun. I'd like to welcome spirits of the South. Please be with us tonight. Blessed be. And you could turn 90 degrees to your right so that we're facing west. Calling in the spirits of the West, element of water, of the late afternoon, season of autumn, of the fish and the dolphins and the mermaids and all of the watery oceanic creatures, the place of emotions, release, and letting go. We welcome you, spirits of the West. Please be with us tonight. Blessed be. And turning another 90 degrees so you're facing the north. We'd like to welcome spirits of the north, of midnight, wintertime, element of earth, the time of the frozen land, the snowy leopard and the white buffalo, place of solitude, groundedness, and introspection. We welcome spirits of the north. Please be with us tonight. Blessed be. And calling in the spirits of above, the sun, the moon, the stars, all of the heavenly creatures. We welcome you, spirits from above, for shining all of your lights upon us. Be with us tonight. Blessed be. And like to call in the spirits of below, the earth in her finest, the place of nurturing sustenance, of the soil, the minerals, rocks, plants, and animals, the two-leggeds, the four-leggeds, the creepy crawlies, the finned. We welcome you, spirits from below. Please be with us tonight. Blessed be. I'd like to call in spirits of the center, our own inner circle, our own place of balance, our own home to come home to. We welcome you, spirits of the center. Please be with us tonight. Blessed be. And I'd like to call in the family spirits, the humans, welcoming the mothers, the grandmothers, the aunties, the sisters, and the daughters. Thank you for being with us tonight. You are so welcome. Blessed be. And like to call in the fathers, the grandfathers, the uncles, the brothers, and the sons. Thank you for being with us tonight. You are so welcome. Blessed be. And like to call in the elder spirits, those in physical form, those who've moved beyond the veils, those who've created the path for so many of us. We welcome you, elder spirits. Thank you for being with us tonight. Blessed be. And I'd like to welcome the child spirits, the young, playful beings who remind us to laugh and not take things so seriously. Whether cradled, crawling, walking, or running, we welcome you, child spirits. Thank you for being with us tonight. Blessed be. And like to call in the mixed spirits, those who walk many paths, who are all and nothing, both and neither, we thank you so much for walking the path of the rainbow. Be with us tonight, and blessed be. The circle is cast. We are between the worlds. Alrighty now. So, the sign of Libra. So the sign of Libra is the only non-living entity of the zodiac as far as what represents it. And that's the scales. As you can see, my head is a scale tonight. I've got 2 scales I'm wearing as hair pieces. So because of being the scales, Libra energy has a strong love of balance. And not in the way of doing acrobats or anything like that, but in keeping everything on a fair and even keel level throughout life. Libra enjoys living in a way that's lovely and tidy with all around easygoing vibes. So during this time of the full moon in Libra, there's a deep need for peace and harmony in everybody's life. At the same time, we may also find that we have an innate need to create connection and have a rapport with others. And this can look like going with the flow, seeing things from other people's point of view, and being able to just tune in and listen, as well as offering objective advice when needed. So Libra is an air sign, and that governs communication, the exchange of information or ideas, and the protocols around which relationships occur. Everybody loves relationships, especially Libras. Venus is the co-ruling planet for both Taurus and Libra. And then while ruling Taurus, Venus embodies beauty and love in a physical, sensual way, while in Libra, it's done more conceptually, with the appreciation being more about quality art, romance, and aesthetic beauty. It makes sense that the goddess Aphrodite, who's the goddess of love, is the deity for this sign, being that her Roman counterpart is Venus. So during the time of Libra, the need for balance and harmony extends from our personal life to our social environment, all our relations, and everything in between. So due to how much craziness and change has been upon us lately, gravitating towards the balancing, harmonizing energy of Libra can be very healing. If we feel like we're being pulled into one direction in life, finding the counterpart as an antidote and partaking in that energy can bring us back to center in a way that beautifully personifies the totality of the Libra spirit. Floating in the air with graciousness and ease, feeling light and free, and keeping the scales balanced during this time is crucial for all that we might be going through.
April is the month of the pink planting egg moon. In the springtime, the early wildflower called the ground phlox is in bloom, and it produces pale pink buds that cover the earth. This is also the best time to plant since the rains are slowly receding and the ground is rich and fertile. This moon is also called the egg moon because due to the abundance of earthworms that came out last month, the birds are now well fed and can begin laying their eggs for the year.
So, the full moon is always 6 months opposite of what the sun is in. So since the sun is now in Aries, the full moon is now in Libra. All the different phases of the moon represent aspects in our lives. The full moon is the time of fertility, of being extroverted, of celebration, where people danced and partied in the great outdoors under the night sky, and when female beings were the most fertile. The full moon represents completion, the height of power, the realization of our desires, and the peak of clarity. It's a time to celebrate growth, to take note of what progress we've made, and to reflect on how far we've come in life. So now we are going to go into our own inner full moon, our own reflective nature, and our own space of inner shininess. The full moon is a reflection of the light of the sun. So if you're able to see the moon from where you're at right now, or even go outside if possible, please feel free to do so. So start by taking some deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. And visualize everything that you've accomplished from this past full moon until now, where you've grown into your own fullness, your own place of extroverted light, where you've blossomed and transformed. And think about what parts of yourself have you allowed to be illuminated. The full moon is where we go after we've done our work and have created a yummy, ripe place for ourselves. And as you take in each breath, verbalize out loud, if possible, what's been going on that you're celebrating, that you'd like to see continue, because the full moon is expanding on what already is. I'm celebrating planting veggies in my garden. I'm celebrating getting the vaccine. I'm celebrating continuing a wonderful relationship. I'm celebrating the warmer weather and the coming of springtime. I'm celebrating having an exercise routine that I feel good about. I'm celebrating eating new food for the first time in a long time. Calling it in, calling it out, calling it in, calling it out, calling it in, calling it out, calling it in, calling it out. And now coming back into the space. And feel what it's like to be proud of our accomplishments. Feels pretty good, huh? And feeling the reflective, introspective nature of the full moon light. Either inside a sacred place or outside under the full moon. And imagine a seed, a beautiful, ripe seed, coming from your heart. If your heart could birth a seed to plant, what kind of seed would it be? A seed for a tree? A seed for a concept? A seed for something else? Now pluck this imaginary seed from your heart and place it into the palm of your hand. And feel all the wishes and ideas coming from your heart into your hand, into the seed. And take a deep breath and blow the seed out into the wind. May it land wherever it wishes to fall as we continue on our journey. Blessed seeds, landing where they may. Now pull yourself into a standing position if you're not already in one. And stand with your feet about hip distance apart. And taking that airy quality of blowing the seed into the wind, begin to imagine that you are an airy creature yourself, a winged creature, a bird, a beautiful, graceful dove, a peaceful dove with love in its heart, gently flying through the sky, open and free, in perfect love and perfect trust, gliding through the spring air, being one with the atmosphere. And now start taking some deep breaths, inhaling, exhaling, and again inhaling, exhaling, deep and easy, continuing to breathe as light as a feather, as light as the element of air itself. And now bring your arms above your head, clasping your hands together. And again, inhale and exhale, feeling the symmetry and balance of your body going straight up into your hands. And then bring your hands down directly in front of your heart in prayer position. Feeling the loving energy of Venus, of Aphrodite, inhaling, exhaling, breathing the energy from one hand to the other and back again. And then stretch your arms out onto either side of you like a letter T, like a bird, like a plane, palms facing downward, inhaling and exhaling. And while keeping your arms outstretched, take a deep breath in. And when you exhale, start leaning to your right side, dropping your right arm down as your left arm tilts upward. Getting a good stretch on the side of your low back a bit. Inhaling and exhaling. Feeling what it's like to tilt your balance a little. And then inhale back to center. And as you exhale, start leaning over to your left, dropping your left arm down on your right as your right arm tilts upward. Getting a good stretch on this side of your low back. Inhaling and exhaling. Tilting your balance yet again. And then inhale back to center and exhale here. And now place the palms of your hands on your low back and inhale again. And when you exhale, twist your upper body all the way to your right side as if you're trying to look behind you. Keeping your legs facing forward. doing a standing spinal twist, feeling your low back opening up, maybe even getting a few kinks out, some kinks out of your back with the stretch. And then on your next inhalation, come back to center. And then exhale while twisting to your left side. Getting even more kinks out of your lower back and lumbar area. And then inhaling back to center yet again and relaxing here. Libra energy is very giving to the point of overexertion, with the potential for throwing out the lower back. So it's always good during this time to give this area some extra love. And then, with your arms dangling at your sides, start slowly rolling your upper body down towards the floor in a standing forward fold. Gently reaching for your toes, noticing the evenness of your body from your left side to your right side in this position. And start swaying your torso and arms back and forth, like a leaf blowing in the wind about to fall off its branch. Feeling all that energy in your tailbone loosen up. And then slowly, one vertebrae at a time, start rolling your torso back up until you're standing straight and even and taller than before. And feeling your own sense of balance as you take another breath. And now extend both arms outward to either side of you, palms facing up this time. Imagining you being the scale, you being your own force of gravity. Taking a deep inhalation here, and exhale, embodying the element of air, of lightness, and of peace. So now, pick up one of your two matching objects and decide which hand you're going to hold your object in first. Then, when you've decided, place your object in the palm of that hand, and then continue to extend both arms outward to either side of you, like a scale. And feel what it's like to be out of balance for a moment, to be off kilter, out of your center, as you can feel the weight pulling you down on one side. Even if your object is something super light, just noticing the asymmetrical pull on your body in that direction, however so slight it might be, and take a deep breath into that, inhaling and exhaling. And what happens if you extend that arm into a different direction while still balancing your object in your hand? And then a different direction. And then a different direction. What are you noticing about your body when you stand like this? And just breathe into that. And when you're ready, you may switch hands, putting your object into your other hand while keeping both arms and hands extended out to either side of you like a scale. Noticing where you are uneven, tilted in some way. And what happens if you extend this arm into different directions while balancing your object in your hand? And a different one. And a different one again. Are you noticing anything about your body when you stand like this? Perhaps that's different than before? And just breathe into that, inhaling and exhaling. And now pick up both objects and rest them on each outstretched palm this time. Noticing the difference as you now have balance in both your right and left hand. How does that feel in your body right now? And breathe into that. So now imagine that you're standing at the edge of a tightrope with the sky above you and the earth below. So while keeping your hands outstretched with each object resting in your palms, you're going to start walking on this tightrope. Just 1 foot at a time, carefully putting 1 foot in front of the other. And as you walk this tightrope from this place of balance, we're going to think about which ways we find balance in our own lives, where both sides of the spectrum meet in perfect unity and support. And when you're ready, as you walk, you'll start saying out loud as you walk on this tightrope, I feel balanced when, and then you get to fill in the blanks. And begin to walk and begin to say when you're balanced. I feel balanced when I go into nature every day. I feel balanced when I exercise regularly. I feel balanced when I see my loved ones. I feel balanced when I eat healthy food. I feel balanced when I take hot baths. I feel balanced when I take it easy.
She calls to me.
I feel balanced when I remember to relax.
Eternally.
In a few more seconds. And coming to a close. Completing the walk. Hey! And, like a dove completing your flight, come to a place of stillness on your journey. Gently place your objects on the floor on either side of you, and shake out your body and make whatever sound wants to come out. And feeling that sensation of inner peace, calmness, floating on cloud 9, being fully balanced and in your element, feeling light and peaceful like a dove. Give yourself a big, juicy hug, feeling the gratitude and love you just gave yourself tonight. And when you're done hugging yourself, extend your arms out one more time and spread that message with your heart to the whole world to hear. Maybe now you feel more ready to reach out to those special someones and make a connection, to be a better friend for those in need, and appreciating the world around you even more. So go see if the full moon is beckoning to you right now. The big, beautiful full moon shining her bright light. Feeling even more open, more in balance with the Libra energy, being connected to the moon, to the night, and may you feel harmonized and walk in beauty on the rest of your path. This crazy world needs so much of that harmony and peace that you carry. Let's extend this concept of peace so that the whole world can hear it. Can you share that freely with everyone if you have a chance? You know the words. Let's sing them together. What do you say? We are saying is give peace a chance, balance in the dark and the light, oh yeah. All we are saying is give peace a chance, balancing the dim with the bright. All we are saying is give peace a chance, being on even ground, flying high, skyward bound. Ah, that was yummy. And now we're actually going to finish with our poem. Creative and warm in a welcoming way, bright and romantic is what others say. In love with love and in search of a dream, a show of affection will cause you to beam. I am balance, I am harmony, I am sweetness, I am light. I am generous, I am artful, I am beauty, I am bright. Libra full moon, we love you, we see you, and we are one with you. Alrighty, and now we're going to close the directions. So once again, standing facing east. Thank you so much, spirits of the east, for being with us tonight. Stay if you will, go if you must. You're always welcome. Blessed be. And thank you, spirits of the south, for blessing us with your fire and your passion. Stay if you will, go if you must. You're always welcome. Blessed be. And thank you so much, spirits of the west, for honoring us with your water and emotions. Stay if you will, go if you must. You're always welcome. Blessed be. And thanking you, spirits of the north, for gracing us with your solitude and your wisdom. Stay if you will, go if you must. You're always welcome. Blessed be. And thank you, spirits of above, for honoring us with your heavenly light. Stay if you will, go if you must. You're always welcome. Blessed be. And thanking spirits of below, for blessing us with your nurturing sustenance. Stay if you will, go if you must. You're always welcome. Blessed be. And thanking spirits of the center, for gracing us with your inner circle. Stay if you will, go if you must. You're always welcome. Blessed be. And thanking the sacred family all together, the mothers, grandmothers, aunties, sisters, daughters, the fathers, the grandfathers, the uncles, the brothers, and the sons, the elders, the children, and the mixed spirits. You are so welcome. Thank you. Stay if you will, go if you must. You are always in our hearts. Blessed be. The circle is open, yet unbroken. Merry meet and merry part, and merry meet again. Woohoo! Yes, yes, yes. So I want to thank the musicians, Emily Lewis, David Blink, Lauren Arrow, and all of the other artists. Please watch the credits to see everybody's websites. And last but not least, I'd like to send out a big juicy thanks to my amazing partner, Scooter Wilson, who's been my rock with tech support throughout every single one of these rituals. I love, love, love my baby love. Mwah. So meanwhile, go out and be with the full moon if you can. Keep the airy, peaceful, alive energy inside of you. Know that the balance and harmony are beautiful energies to behold. And for those of you who celebrate Passover, enjoy the end credits with music by many of our favorite musicians, and blessed be.